This week's episode of Gamebreaker is brought to you by WildStar. To receive 20% off on your pre-order, just head on over to gamebreaker.tv/deals. Deals. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Gamebreaker, episode 17. No, it's not 17. It's not episode.
No, I think it's like 13.
It's 13.
I think
It's
it's
April 17th. That's what it is. Got my days all screwed up, my episodes. Episode 13 of Gamebreaker for April 17th, 2014, the show where we talk about the top stories of the week on the Gamebreaker website. Joining me, as always, Mr. Pat Crane from Convert to Raid. What's up, buddy?
It's a bunch of craziness over here, as normal. So it's becoming my new normal. Just
the new norm.
Losing my mind daily.
You guys,
it's a good thing I'm in a padded room.
Pat's in the middle of a house sale, and apparently everyone that goes through, it's like buying a house. It's like house buying, selling, and babies seems to be the craziest things that you do in your life.
Yeah, it's a good thing that I'm in a padded room, because all I'm doing is bouncing off the walls screaming daily.
Can you record that and please put us on the internet? Thank you very much.
It's good. It's good. It's good.
Thank you.
It's good. Yeah.
All right, let's talk about first story, most popular story of the week. This thing blew the F up. Carl, do you watch The Walking Dead? You're a Walking Dead fan?
You know, I have watched a little bit of the first season, but I haven't kept up with it because I have so many damn shows that I want to watch.
It's all right. I don't like it. I really don't like The Walking Dead, to be honest. Like, I just don't. I couldn't get past.
But I hear that the guy with the boots dies in the latest episode.
Oh, that's the guy with the boots.
The guy with the boots.
Yeah, I don't know. It didn't really grab me. And I'm a fan of zombie shows. I don't know what it is. I know Chairman's going to blow up me and freak out because I know a lot of our fans love the show. And I'm a huge Game of Thrones fan. Seems to be some crossover. I don't know. I never fell in love with Walking Dead. Maybe I got to give it another shot. I have to admit, I got through about 3 or 4 episodes of season 1. It just didn't, I don't know. It just didn't strike a chord. Anyway.
Yeah.
Number one story of the week was Carl from The Walking Dead. Probably know him. That's Carl right there. He's a little bit older now.
There's Carl.
He's a little younger there. That's a youngin' Carl. He's a little bit older. He just out of nowhere, he jumped on Twitch and started streaming League of Legends. And people were like,
which is wild.
It's crazy. I can't believe it's him. Like at first we were all like, is it really him? Is it him? And he's like, blew up and we threw it in chat and everybody in Gamebreaker was like, is this really him? It's Carl. And they're like, no, it's Carl. And he started going up in numbers and everybody in chat was like, is this really him? Is this him? It was him. So celebrities hitting the Twitch playing League of Legends.
How many subs does he have?
Who knows? I don't know. Let's look. Can I tell here?
It's just twitch.tv/Carl.
No, I actually, wait, do I have it? I have his, if you guys want to follow him, it's, there's his channel. It's Chair Handler. That's really his channel.
Wow.
So if you want to follow him when he comes out, he's got 40, so he got, let me pull this over here.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's doing all right. He could get a partnership.
He's not doing bad. He's not doing bad.
He could get a partnership.
I don't know if you caught the stream. So we started watching it, and it's like, it's instantly funny. Like it's not every day we see like celebrities jump on Twitch and just start playing video games. I mean, things happen here and there, but I don't know. I wonder if this could become a trend.
Well, I know that there are several celebrities that do play other games. Like, I mean, Hodeer plays WoW, right? So, maybe he'll jump on Twitch.
Yeah, well, it was actually really funny to watch him play. Where I was watching his stream, and there was a couple of moments that somebody should give because they were hilarious. So they're playing. He starts playing with his buddies, and he's in his room, and he's got a disco light going in the room, and they're all having fun with him and his buddies, and he's having a good time. And then somehow, like I was paying attention, but the next thing I know is he's going into a match, and they're getting matched up with like all these pros, like Phantom Lord.
Oh boy!
Like, all these League of Legends pros start getting matched up with them, and Carl, I'm gonna call him Carl because I don't even know his real name, but he just starts going ballistic. Like here's like a television Hollywood star. This kid's on like one of the best shows on TV that people like love, right? And he is freaking out. He's having the best time. And they're watching the numbers on the Twitch channel grow. And he's like, wow, we have 4,000 people. Wow, that's crazy. And then like 10 minutes later, like, holy shit, we have like 9,000 people. That's crazy. I can't believe we have 9,000 people. All of a sudden, he's got like 20-something thousand people. He's like, he's beating out Machinima.
Wow.
and he's about to play Phantom Lord, and you could tell it was hilarious because you could tell that this kid, who is a television star, was so beyond excited, nervous, and psyched to be playing against these league pros. It was like he was more starstruck than I think probably anyone was. It was
That's really cool. I mean, that's kind of the fun part of gaming, right? I mean, especially if you get randomly matched up with anyone that you kind of look up to and respect as a player, and it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter if you're a Hollywood superstar. You can
when he saw Phantom Lord, when he saw Phantom Lord's name come up on the screen, it was a moment. I think he jumped up, his headphones blew off of his head. And he was like, "Phantom Lord's gonna be playing me!" Like,
that's so cool.
He was crazed by the fact that some League of Legends kid sitting in his room was gonna play him. He was psyched. That's how they love those kids.
And we see this,
and it's funny to see a celebrity also have like total geek out fandom for like this esports player.
Right. Well, and we see that with the developers too, right? So a lot of the developers, when they meet up with these pro players, they geek out a little bit too. They're like, "Oh my God, my mind is blown! You're so amazing! I can't believe that." So it's really very refreshing, very very cool that Carl was freaking out.
Chandler Riggs, apparently. His name is Chandler Riggs. I should have known his name. I didn't know his name. But if you guys want to follow him and see when I don't know if he's been back on or not. I haven't seen his channel go live. Chair Handler is his Twitch channel, blowing up his spot. Him and his friends were like they were so blown away by how many viewers they had. They were talking about maybe doing this every Friday. Right. So maybe this is gonna be a Friday thing for them. I don't know. But they were amazed. They were amazed at how many people were watching. I'm just sitting there going like, he's a celebrity. Like, why are you? I mean, you're young kids, but I'm like, how did you not think 20,000 people would show up to this? Like, this doesn't happen every day.
Well, they're not thinking about it. They're just doing it because they go, "Oh man, let's just try this and see what happens."
I'm surprised. I actually wonder if like the Hollywood thing will start infiltrating something like Twitch sooner. Like, I'm wondering if
that'd be great.
Up and comers like B's and C list, like up and coming sort of celebrities like trying to become actors and things like that, who you kind of know their name but you don't. I'm surprised we don't see more of them jumping on Twitch and like doing something like this. I wonder how long it'll last though. Like, if he did this every Friday, would the
I think you'd level out somewhere, right? I mean, at some point you're going to level off, and maybe you won't find it as fun anymore. And sometimes because if you try to do something like every week, like what we do, we do something every week. We do the show every week, and after a while, it starts to, you hope that it never feels like a job, and at some point the kid might go, "This Friday it's going to be kind of a chore to do this thing," and my computer's frying out, or whatever the case may be, and then all of a sudden it kind of turns into a job, and he's like, "You know what? I'm a Hollywood superstar. I'll just get out of here.
I'm going to a party.
I'll just get out of here."
If you guys can go find the VOD, it was really long. They streamed for a long time. It wasn't like an hour. There's moments in it that are actually really fun to watch. Just seeing like this kid like lose himself and just kind of get crazed. So it was pretty awesome. All right. Next biggest story on the list of the week. It is the one, the only.
Okay. Dylan Prescott Henderson here, also known as Dylan the Hacker. I'm here to address 4chan.org, the website that I'm the leader of. I'm a professional hacker, and I've been the mysterious leader of Anonymous for all these years. I'm finally coming out of hiding to lead.
He's a professional hacker.
He is. He really is. And you can tell because he's wearing glasses.
And braces.
He's
got glasses and braces. He's a
professional
Both. Hacker.
Both.
He's coming out of hiding. If you call it that.
Yeah.
And I've been the mysterious leader of Anonymous for all these years.
The mysterious leader of Anonymous for all these years. He's come out from the shadows. Dylan the Hacker has stepped out from the shadows.
And you can tell he stepped out from the shadows because he's so pale.
He's been just in the
I'm finally coming out of hiding to lead the revolution. As your leader, I'm here to tell you to get it together. Yep.
Get it together, Pat Crane.
Big Daddy Dylan has to come out of his hacker cove and give Anonymous a spanking.
Big Daddy Dylan to come out of his hacker cove.
The speech, I'm kind of digging the speech. I really am.
He should become a presidential speechwriter, this kid. That's what I think
the delivery's a little much, but the actual speech part of it, I like that.
Enthusiasm. I kind of like his enthusiasm.
Yeah,
Nearly an entire organization of hackers? That's just how it has to be. There's no time for mercy. Now this is your warning, 4chan. You now want to cross a professional hacker.
You don't want to cross a professional hacker. You don't.
No, you really don't.
True.
No, you really don't. But the attitude now is starting to wear on me.
This is where it's getting to you.
This is where it's starting to, like, you go after the first like 10, 15 seconds. You go, oh, that's cute. That's cute, kid. That's funny. That's funny. And then he just keeps on going on and on and on. And you're like, okay, all right. So
how dare you?
Where are you going with this?
Where are you going with this? I'm not saying anything remotely negative about Dylan Prescott.
On the internet, I make the rules. When you click that little icon of whatever
I didn't get to that part. I'm
use,
sorry. I apologize.
And you see that window open, just know you're in my world now.
What is he talking about? What is he talking about there?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Window open.
But he does make the rules, so it's all up to him.
And we're in his world, so.
On the internet, the hackers like me rule the landscape. The quicker you learn that, the longer you get to live.
That's dangerous. He's a dangerous, mysterious, shadowy figure that stepped out from his cove. Who knew?
I am Dylan the hacker. Respect me, subscribe to me, and spread my videos or else.
I have a question
I'm
for you.
playing it live for thousands of people, brother.
I have a question for you. So do you think that he inherited Anonymous and 4chan from somebody else, and that's how he got there? Because I think he may be a little young for
Oh, you think he was passed down?
Those guys from the start.
You think he has the hacker royal bloodline?
Right. Like his dad or his grandpa or something like that.
Famous hacker.
Started that stuff, and then he's taking over. He's trying to get into the family business.
Yeah, I wouldn't imagine that you just start. Yeah, you're probably right. That's a good point. He's probably got a whole lineage of hackers in his family. He's part of that royal bloodline of hacker.
Right. Which is also why he needs new hacker gear, because the stuff that he's working with is from the 80s. And so he needs new hacker gear.
He's got a green monochrome monitor.
I need money for new hacker gear.
Yeah,
there it is.
To live.
There it is.
I am Dylan the hacker. Respect me, subscribe to me, and spread my videos or else. I need money for new hacker gear.
Yep.
I love the delivery. I need money for new hacker gear.
Right. The Apple IIe is no longer working. It's no longer functional.
We tried figuring out what hacker gear is. We found a couple good things. Besides a computer, I don't know what tools a hacker really uses. Isn't that what you?
There was we went on the hacker website and we saw that there was a drone, which was cool, totally cool.
iPhone remote controlled drones, which are expensive. So I could understand. I mean, they start at like $1,500.
Yeah.
What do you?
I think the drone that we saw was. I think the drone we saw was like 700. It was under 700, which was a good deal, I thought.
I don't know what you hack with a drone, but I'll go with it. I guess that's why I'm not a hacker.
I don't know. Fire missiles off at your enemies, of course. I mean, that's
bottle
that's
rockets.
Why you would
He's probably shooting bottle rockets at his little brother. That's what he needs money for.
Yeah. That's
and
more like
it. 4chan? You're going to hand deliver to me whether you like it or not. Now stop watching my videos and wasting my time and actually go out there and do something that helps me. And 4chan...
What am I going on doing? Wait, don't watch
something that helps him.
Stop watching his videos, which I thought that's what helps him get money for hacker gear. I thought that's how it helped.
I don't know.
I thought it was helping by watching the video and spreading the video, but now he's telling me to stop watching the video and do something
that helps him.
Confused.
I don't get that part myself.
Maybe he needs like a brick of firecrackers. Maybe that'll help his hacker.
Well, that'll help once he gets the drone. That'll be what he wants.
From here on out, consider yourself grounded. Big Daddy Dylan had to dish out a punishment. It looks like. I'm coming.
Why am I grounded again? Why? What did I do?
Big Daddy Dylan, who I'm guessing is his father.
Oh.
Hacker family tree once again.
Sure.
We're going down that route.
Sure.
because he did. I don't know what he did. I can't remember.
I don't know what I did though. I don't know why I'm
grounded.
You.
Yeah, I'm a little lost.
He should be like taking me to Toys R Us and get me like an action figure or something. Like I'm spreading the Dylan love.
And then you can hang that from the drone, and then that guy can hold the firecrackers, right?
Found right. Big Daddy Dylan had to dish out a punishment. It looks like. I'm coming for you next, Moot. This is only the beginning. Dylan out.
There it is, the number 2 story of the week.
I think that's only because you've played it like 14 million times
yeah,
this
all
week.
The hits are me. That's it. I just keep refreshing Gamebreaker.
Yeah, that is it.
Now when you wonder why we post this stuff, because you enjoy it. Internet.
Well, it's because Gary really enjoys it.
I do enjoy it. I play it a lot.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to PAX. PAX. The number 3 story of the week was a little video our friends over at LOL King. If you guys been over to the LOL King to play League of Legends, they went and hit up the PAX and they did some cosplay video with Lindsay filling in for our show Waypoint as well this week. The lovely Lindsay. You guys should go check out her shows over on LOL King. If you have not checked out LOL King, go over. They've got a couple World of Warcraft shows, which are awesome. And yeah, you think I would have queued it up and just get to the cosplay, but I love when cosplay is bad. I love the bad cosplay. It reminds me of like wrestling and just people with like, I don't know how this makes any sense, but it reminds me of people at wrestling matches that hold up this bad signs that are just terrible and ridiculous. Like that's to me what like the bad cosplayer is. It's like not much effort, really cheesy. Some of them are really good. Most of these are actually really good. You ever cosplay? That was really good.
Have I ever? No, I've never done. I'm not a big, I don't really dress up for Halloween either. So
no, you don't like dressing up.
Not really.
Why? Too cool for school?
Yeah. I wear leather jacket and shades to every single convention that I go to. That's right.
Collar popped, shades and a leather jacket.
Of course.
Crane. What does it say
wearing
on the back
a fedora.
Of your jacket? What does it say?
It says, too cool for school. Normal. That's right.
The hurricane. That's what it should say.
The hurricane. That's the name on the front. Yeah.
What is that face she did? I don't know what that little smirky face. That one, that's some good effort right there.
That's pretty cool.
That gets an A for effort. She got the LED lights and the wings and all that stuff. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, some people go through all lang. I mean, somebody does really good work here. I gotta say, I'm more of a fan for the really bad stuff though. Most of this is actually good. Look, she's got the ride bike there. Some of it's most of this is actually really good stuff. Check it out. It's over on LOL King. You watch it's like 3 minutes or on Gamebreaker over in the entertainment section. But that was the number 3 story of the week. You guys love the cosplay.
If it's done well, why shouldn't you? Really?
The more cleavage they're showing, the more you seem to like it, internet. That's really how it works.
That is ridiculous, Gary. It's not about cleavage at all. It's
so
about
not
cosplay.
True. It's not
it's
true.
It's about the cosplay.
It's not true that the post on
Sometimes
Gamebreaker
it's about the photography
that is entitled "Cosplay in the Art of Gratuitous Cleavage" hasn't been at the top of the charts now for almost 2 months. No, that is not true. And we don't cover it on this show because I would just keep covering it every week because it's still at the top of the list. That would not be true.
Well, you would be covering cleavage every week? That seems weird. No, I know where it is.
It's the number 1 post since February 27th. It's the number 1.
Wow.
This list here is built by an algorithm. That this is controlled by you, internet. So this list, it's all big.
Way to go, internet. You disappoint me daily.
They don't disappoint me. Just give me a place to go. All right. I got more to talk about, but first I want to tell you about the good deal we got going on with the WildStar. If you guys have not checked out our deals page, we have a deals section over at Gamebreaker. It's gamebreaker.tv/deals, and we have an awesome deal. We've got a lot of MMO peeps here on the gamebreaker.tv, of course, and right now you can save 20% off your pre-order. Yes, the game's not even out. Brand new, highly anticipated MMO RPG from the Carbine Studios. People are talking about it. People are talking about it. And we got 20% off. Just go to gamebreaker.tv/deals. It's right here in the front. You can't miss it. Click on this. What we do is we keep this post updated constantly. So that's the great thing about Gamebreaker. We make a post. And if this deal changes or the code changes or anything like that, we update it as soon as we get the updates. And these are always kept up to date. And we'll let you know if the deal ends. These deals end all the time, by the way. So we don't know how long they last sometimes. We just try to keep them up to date for you guys as much as we possibly can, and they're checked every single day. So right now, looks like if all goes well, and again, they could change this because they do it to us all the time. They tell us that the current code that we have on the site is good till April 22nd. Doesn't mean it won't go away because they just sometimes do that. But right now, it's good to the 22nd. But if you're thinking about picking up WildStar, go over, check it out. 20% off on your pre-order. You just go to the deals page. Click on the blog post, go down, you pick which version. It's for both the digital deluxe version or the digital standard version. So that's a lot off. That's a lot off of a brand new AAA MMORPG. So you're going to save, I don't even know, like what, $15 maybe 15. Wow. Yeah. I mean, you're going to save like $15 or so on the digital deluxe edition if you purchase that one. So I'm not talking about like $1 here. So go check it out. Go over, sign up. You don't have to sign up, but just go over to gamebreaker.tv/deals and grab the code and pick up your copy of WildStar. All right, next up on the list, CCP Games officially cancels World of Darkness. So for those of you who don't follow MMORPGs that's much, CCP, EVE Online, they've been the creators of that. They got Dust 514 over on the PlayStation 3 as well. Less people even know about that. What
was the talk on World of Darkness? Were you following this at all?
Yeah, I've been following this for quite a while. I've been a big fan of CCP. So a couple of years ago, I forget how many years ago now, they merged. I'll say merged with a company called White Wolf, which was the pen and paper company who created the World of Darkness, did traditional pen and paper role playing games. Right. They bought it for the IP, obviously. World of Darkness is a very people love the vampire series, World of Darkness. Just a lot of rich lore IP behind it. So everybody thought it was a great grab at the time. CCP wanted to get into making an MMO more avatar based, not just ship based. So that was part of the play here. This game has been in development now, God, for years. I don't know exactly how many years it is now. There were 56 members of the team. So they moved to Atlanta, which was near where White Wolf was. They set up shop over there. They brought a bunch of Icelandics over, and they started making this game. And it's been going on for years. And people have been following it, trying to wait for it, and waiting for a vampire MMO. And this week they called the cancellation, which it's almost mind blowing to think how much money could go into a project something like this for how many years. I mean, we're talking years. We're talking like at least 3, maybe more, and
not actually have a product at the end of it. Yeah,
maybe 5. Chat room will tell me. I want to say it's like 5 years. I want to say it's been in development for 5 years, and then to have to cut that string and get nothing out of it, to realize that you're cutting your losses now.
Oh, that's tough, man. That is so tough. I don't know how they could kind of flounder for 5 though. I mean, that seems kind of ridiculous. I understand a couple years, especially for a startup, especially for something new, that doesn't seem too ridiculous, but 5, that would be.
Yes. So always hate hearing about layoffs. So a bunch of people were laid off.
Yeah.
Hopefully, they go find jobs. They're a bunch of talented people, so I'm sure they're going to get scooped up really quickly by some other studios and things like that. But I'm bummed. This is what I was looking forward to. It looked really cool. Actually, some leaked screenshots happened the day after this over on Reddit. So as soon as this news happened, somebody rogue started putting some stuff up. It looked really cool. It looked really, it looked, I don't know if you're a fan of EVE and CCP, but there's this cool factor to what they do. Like, it drips cool. Like, there's just something about it that's like always, there's nothing goofy and fluffy about what they do. It's just cool. And World of Darkness kept that aesthetic. It looked really neat. Kind of bummed to see what they couldn't do. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. I don't know. Then there's some other grumblings. The next day or so, somebody said something about they're still evaluating something. Nobody knows what that means. We don't know if.
Weird.
I mean, it's canceled. That's for damn sure. Like that, the statement is, Hilmar said it's canceled. I don't know if that means they may sell the IP or what they're gonna do with it. Who knows? But rest in peace. Maybe we'll see you one day. But no World of Darkness.
Right. All right.
Next up.
I guess some of the people were absorbed back into the company. They were released from that project, but then went back into the company somewhere. So some of them are in the clear, but
yes,
always unfortunate.
All right, next up this week, a question everybody's had since it's been announced: why Facebook bought Oculus? Why did they do it? Let's just watch some of this a little bit. It's actually, you know.
I mean, let's just take a step back here, because with Facebook acquisitions, you know.
You don't want to put. Oh, sorry, hit me.
This, and you know, then there was Instagram. They had this big user base, and then you had this, you know, virtual reality headset, and these people, and everyone's fascinated by it. And we didn't really think Facebook. Did you ever envision that this could happen?
In the beginning, when we started the company, definitely not. I mean, we had set out that we would just do this on our own way. And really, the very beginning, we just thought this would be a fun project to work on. So we launched this thing on Kickstarter, and we didn't have any idea how big it would get or where we'd go with it. But as we went along and we started to understand virtual reality more, for many of us, we started working on VR 21 months ago. And we had imagined it for so long, but we weren't really working on it. So we weren't studying it. We didn't know what was going to work in VR versus not.
This is great. Guy just sold like $200 billion. Like, we didn't even really know about what VR was about 20 months ago. Like, how nice would that be? Wow, talk about stepping in it and just doing the right thing. But that's pretty awesome.
Right.
I mean,
yeah, and apparently, I mean, it's Facebook does afford them. I mean, we kind of talked about this. I think it was like a couple of weeks ago about Oculus and Facebook. I mean, when this news was first announced, and you were talking about how, you know, Facebook at least has the money so that Oculus can really keep going, so that they can get new people in. And I was listening to some other interviews this week, and it really sounds like they are jazzed about all of the possibilities now that they have the funding behind it. And now they have like, they couldn't get quality people before because it was just so unstable, right? They didn't have the cash backing and all that kind of stuff. So now they are able to hire some really quality people to join the team, and that's pretty exciting as well. So.
And as we started to figure out what was going to work in virtual reality, it started to make a lot of sense that the communication side of VR was going to be very, very popular and a very big part of a future virtual reality platform.
Take me to that.
Through the steps.
This happened really quickly, right? I mean, this was like, he called you in a week, and a week later, you guys had sold for $2 billion. So take me kind of behind the scenes there.
So I got introduced to Mark around the end of the year, and we really got connected around beginning of February. Became friends and just started talking about what we were doing with Oculus and what our vision was. It kind of pushing him to get in a headset at some point and see the demo, because to believe it, you really need to see it. So we finally got him to come down and see it, and it has this effect on people. I think John Carmack says you kind of get religion on contact when you try Oculus, especially the consumer prototype. So he tries it on.
That's actually what I was trying to encapsulate when I talked about it, I think previously on the show, about when you put it on. Like, there's really, words can't fully describe, you know, what it feels like. Have you tried one yet? Have you gotten to test one out?
Yeah.
Oh, you've seen
I was able to test it out at PAX last year a little bit. So.
Did you have that moment? Did you have that moment of like when you turn your head and like it actually goes and you're like,
yeah,
all of a sudden, it like kind of clicks in your head.
Yeah, it's pretty wild, and it's pretty well. I mean, what I tested was kind of a crappy little indie game, because everybody was trying, you know, the AAA games, you know, with it down the hall, and the line was, you know, forever long, and so I was just kind of monkeying around with this little indie game and walking around, and it was pretty cool. I enjoyed it a lot, and I got to see how it worked in with some other games as well, you know, through the monitors, and it seemed like everybody was having a blast with it.
He takes it off, and his first thing is, so that was probably one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my life, and maybe ever will see. How can I help? I'd really like to just help you guys.
At that point, did you say $2 billion?
How can I help? $2 billion.
Well,
right.
Or did you say 3 or 1, and then just kind of
we were talking numbers at that time.
Okay.
We were starting to say, at that point, I think I said, well, I don't know if a Facebook app in VR is really going to be that popular, like a floating window. And and he's like, that's not what I'm talking about. You know, we would like to help you. What other big problems?
What's nice, it's nice to hear that he had the first same impression and thought that the entire world did, of like, I don't think I really just want to look at Facebook in my Oculus Rift. That's what the internet blew up and was like, we don't want that. Like, no one wants that.
Yeah, I just wonder how realistic it is that Facebook. I mean, I'm glad that Oculus has the money now to be able to develop this more, but I'm just wondering what the end use will actually be for Facebook, if any, or if they're just gonna make money off of the sales of it, which is fine.
And that's something that he's going to talk about here in a second, is a little bit of
Yeah.
the getting this out.
Problems you have, and that's where we dug into Oculus. We need to create an ecosystem, and we need to support the ecosystem with all kinds of infrastructure around profiles and app stores and all those things. There's a lot to build out for a platform like this. And he's like, well, I think we could help with that. We have 1.2 billion active users. Okay, that's pretty good. With users around the world and in all countries. So that was a check on kind of supporting us on platform. And then we started to dive into really, now that we've been working on VR for the last 20 months or so, and we're starting to get to know not just the content, but also what it's going to take on the hardware side, it became very relevant and apparent to us that creating a VR device off of cell phone parts, which is our claim to fame, wasn't going to be the long-term strategy. And even near-term, we were going to be able to deliver a much better product if we made custom hardware for almost everything. And that's very expensive to go and make custom screens and optics and cameras and sensors and every part of this device. If you're going to eventually get to sunglass VR, you want to make custom. And to do that requires enormous investment. And so we started to describe the investment that we probably needed to go raise, which is what I joked and said, way above my pay grade. I've never raised $500 million, $1 billion. And he said, well, I think we could help with that too. We tend to make a lot of money.
Sunglass VR. That is the interesting thing you're taking away. I mean, that's what a lot of people like. I'm watching chat room going, oh, it's still big, it's still clunky, it's this, that, and the other. That is the big play here. Like, Facebook has the money to get the world's best engineers and the world's best manufacturing, possibly to get this thing as small and lightweight as possible. And obviously, who knows if sunglasses is in the near future of the next year? But that's what they're looking at. They're looking at this thing is going to change drastically in design now that Facebook is involved with this, and it really does need that. It needs that.
Yeah. Let's hope so. Right now, it kind of looks like you're putting a shoebox on your face. So let's hope they come up with something. But think how great
that is. I mean, like, literally, like, they talked about how they took like cell phone parts apart with, OLED screens and like different things and kind of just like built this thing out of like off the shelf kind of products and stuff. And that's a pretty amazing feat. I don't know. I'm actually very excited about the Facebook move. I think gamers even will be more appreciative. I think this is a good thing for the product in general across the board for everyone.
Yeah. And I think everybody agrees with that, the money is really great. For Oculus, I'm just kind of wondering what Facebook is gonna try to get out of that relationship. Other than just sales of the device, I'm just wondering what else they have to go along with it, because there's usually something, right? I mean, they're gonna develop a bunch of different software for it, I'm guessing.
Sure, but even if they leave them alone like they have been doing with Instagram and just have the ecosystem to have the store built in somehow to Facebook where you can get know about the apps and download the apps. And, it's going to need something as big as Facebook to bring this thing down at a price point where the average consumer will purchase it. They need to get so many installed in people's homes that your mom wants one. And that's when developers will make great games for it. Because that when it gets that much penetration, that's when like the games that we want to play and we like to play, that's when those developers are going to pay a lot of attention really quickly. They're going to go, oh, you have 10 million installs already? Like, how long?
Exactly.
Yes, we will make AAA games for this product. If they don't get that kind of market penetration, you would have never have seen really good games on this thing.
And from what because I did listen to, I think it was a couple of different interviews this week, it sounded like because of this influx of money, they are able to kind of predict that they will be selling this the equipment for near cost, not necessarily cost, of course, but I mean it would be closer to cost because they don't have to care so much because they want to get that stuff into people's hands and then turn it on and really make
Yeah, the money's gonna all be in the software. I mean, that's just it's
Yeah,
like a console.
yeah.
It's like a console. They sell those things at a
Exactly.
loss all the time for like the first year
Exactly.
because all the money is in the software. All right, last story of the week. This one's a hilarious one. We'll leave you with this one. The funniest glitch possibly I've ever seen in a video game. This is The Wolf Among Us, and
That's nice. I like it.
Don't go looking for any more fights. Keep strain off your heart. And try and get some rest. I had everyone that got wounded sent home. Holly refused to let me see where she lived. So I left her and Brenda back in the ball.
We're having a serious moment, Gary.
We were. Pat Crane, follow him on the Twitter at Pat Crane. And of course, go over to converterade.com. Watch Converterade Sunday mornings at 9 Pacific on twitch.tv/Gamebreaker TV. Live. Always a good time with you and the boys. No show this week. It's Easter, though. So no show this week.
Right. No show this week. We'll pick it up again next week. No big
Gotta
deal.
pick it up soon. All right, you can follow me at Gary Gannon. Follow Gamebreaker TV, and make sure to go over our Facebook page, facebook.com/Gamebreaker. And we'll see you next week for some more Gamebreaker. Have a great week.